What we need is an urgent transformation of the energy system, the way that we produce, distribute, and consume energy. What we want is socially controlled energy solutions, community-owned, community-controlled, renewable energy solutions. Obviously, we're not talking about fossil fuels and dirty energy because it will just exacerbate the climate crisis at this point. So we do want energy solutions for people, but the current energy system has always taken power away from people, from communities, in terms of energy, but also in terms of actual power. So we want to put the power into energy by giving community control and social control over the decisions of what type of energy that communities want, how do they want to fulfill their needs, what do they want to use it for, what are their aspirations. I think those are the deeper justice issues that we are looking at. The current energy system has not served the people. It has not served the people at all, and it has created the climate crisis. So for us to continue on that path of corporate profit-led energy solutions is completely unthinkable. The Power Africa initiative is supporting some renewable energy on the continent, but it has what's called an all-of-the-above approach, which means that it is also including fossil fuels such as natural gas. And given the state of the climate crisis, natural gas is not a good option for energy access because it has terrible local impacts. It affects the local environment, it harms local communities, and at the same time, it exacerbates climate change. So if the Power Africa initiative were supporting only small-scale renewable energy options, then that would be something to think about, but it's not the case. It's supporting large-scale projects, some renewables, but also fossil fuels such as natural gas. So that's highly, highly problematic. In Africa right now, as well as in the entire world, we're facing two related challenges. One is the climate crisis, which is starting to impact everyone, as well as the global energy crisis. So we have a situation right now where 1.3 billion people across the world do not have access to electricity, and 2.6 billion people do not have access to clean cooking facilities. So it's safe to say that the current energy system, the way that we produce, distribute, and consume energy is not working. It's hurting workers, it's hurting communities, it's hurting the environment, and it's causing climate change. What I like about the Power Africa initiative is the fact that it's putting a focus on the fact that there is an energy crisis on the African continent. What I do not like about the Power Africa initiative is the way that it considers dealing with this situation. Power Africa is highly corporate-led. It's making partnerships with US corporations and some African-based companies to provide services, to provide energy services. The corporate model of providing energy is what got us into this mess in the first place. And in my view, to get out of the mess, we need to do things in a very different way. We need to talk about socially controlled energy. We need to talk about renewable energy, but it's not just about the source of the energy, it's about the system in which the energy is operating. The other issue with the Power Africa initiative is that it talks about access. Because obviously it's easy to talk about energy access and people will understand that that's an important issue. But really, they don't have any ways to measure access. So they could be supporting a power plant which is giving energy to a mine. So it's not really for people at all. It's not really increasing energy access. But there are no ways to actually check where the money is going. The other thing about Power Africa is that some of the projects that they've been supporting have, many sources of funding already. So there's an issue of additionality. Why does this initiative require this amount of money to be given to a certain project?